Hey guys, it's Duncan here from HeadRush, and in today's video I'm going to walk you through how to get started on the all-new remote web editor tool for the HeadRush Flex Prime, Core and Prime boards. The remote editor is truly an awesome and super powerful tool that makes tweaking and building your rigs even easier whether you're on a laptop or a tablet, which means no more bending over your pedal boards or reaching down to the floor to edit your rigs while on the fly. So whether you've just picked up the Flex Prime or you already own one of our other products like the Prime or Core, let's dive right into the basics and get you set up on the new remote editor. Alright, let's get started by showing you how to connect your device to the main remote editor. So once you've powered up your HeadRush Flex Prime, navigate over to the menu icon in the top left corner of the screen and select Global Settings. From here, scroll down to the Wi-Fi tab and connect your Flex Prime to your local network, along with ensuring that the HeadRush remote is turned on. For best results, we recommend using a computer or tablet with a 7-inch or larger screen, and using the native web browser for that device. For instance, Microsoft Edge for Windows-based devices, Safari for macOS and iOS, or Google Chrome for Android-based devices. You may find that other browsers are incompatible with the remote editor web UI. It's also worth mentioning, if the remote editor page is shown as not found in your browser, you may need to reset your Wi-Fi router when making the connection for the first time. So what we want to do is open up a web browser and enter either the URL or IP address displayed on the Flex Prime into your browser's address bar. This will now open the remote editor, which looks similar to the My Rig mode on the Flex Prime. And that's it. Connecting to the remote editor is really simple. And the best part about it, there's no need to download any additional apps. Everything is fully accessible right from your web browser. Now that the Flex Prime is connected and the remote editor is open, let's take a look at the main home screen layout. On the left side of the screen, you'll find the main navigation panel, which gives you access to the Edit Rigs, Setlist, and Global EQ windows. In the Edit Rigs window, you'll see all of the created rigs and presets in a scrollable list. There's a search bar at the top for quickly finding specific rigs, and a drop-down browser that organizes your rigs into guitar, bass, and synth categories. Moving along the top of the page, you'll find the current rig name, a new rig button for starting fresh, and a hardware assign button, which lets you move pedals to different foot switches or create customized rig scenes. There's also the save button, where you can either save changes to the current rig or save it as an entirely new one. In the center of the screen is your digital signal path. Here you can access your input and output blocks, as well as the effects, amplifiers, and cab modules. You'll also find the tails feature, which lets you enable or disable reverb and delay tails when switching between rigs. When you click on any block in the signal path, a settings window will pop up either on the right hand side or at the bottom of the screen. This window allows you to adjust all the settings related to a specific effects block. If the window disappears, then you can simply open it back up by just tapping on it. When you click on an amplifier block, you can adjust the foot switch color, select a new amp model, duplicate the amp block, choose from a list of presets, adjust all of the amp settings, access the main EQ and output parameters, save, rename or delete the preset, and toggle the block on and off. This settings window works the same way across all module blocks in the signal path, which makes it a super intuitive and easy to use way to edit your rigs from a desktop or tablet. Now that we've got a good understanding of the main layout of our remote editor, let's dive right into creating a new rig. To start, we'll clear the current preset by clicking on the new rig button in the top menu bar. Next, let's choose our first amplifier. Click on any empty block in the signal path to open up the module selector. Here, you'll find a few different options. You can select from a HeadRush or Revolver amp model, or if you scroll down to clone section, you can find all of the amp clones currently loaded into the Flex Prime, including those from the new Revolver Super Clone software. For this rig though, let's pick something from the HeadRush amp collection. I'm going to go with one of my favorites, the SL100 Crunch. After we've added our amplifier, next we're going to want to add a cab. To do this, let's select cab/IR from our menu, and for this one, I'm going to head over to the cab HeadRush. Let's scroll down and I'm going to choose the classic 30. The cab will now be loaded into your signal path as seen. But my personal setup for this is a little bit different, so let's make a quick adjustment. Click on the cab block. Hit ×2 to double the cabs, and then assign a different microphone to each one. For this rig, I'm going to go with a dynamic 57 on one cab, and then when exiting to the other, I'm going to do a ribbon 121. I also recommend taking advantage of the new block EQ feature. When using digital amp models, it's common to get some unnatural high-end hiss from cab emulations. To fix that, let's apply a high-pass filter and a low-pass filter. I'm going to roll off anything below 70 Hz and everything above 6.8 kHz. This smooths out the overall tone and helps you make your amp sound a little bit more authentic. Now that we've built a solid foundation, let's quickly hear how it sounds. Next, let's start adding some effects pedals to our signal path. To do this, simply click on any empty block to bring up the module selector. This time, let's take advantage of the new Super Clone feature and load in one of my all-time favorite drive pedals. You can easily move this pedal anywhere in your rig by dragging and dropping it. Or, if you want to remove it, just drag it down to the bin at the bottom of the window. Now, let's add some ambience effects like reverb and delays. With our delays and reverbs loaded in, let's tweak the mix control using the settings window on the right. And once again, we'll use the block EQ feature to cut out any unwanted low end or rumble from our reverbs. With everything in place, our rig should sound a little like this. As you can see, the remote editor makes editing and navigating your Flex Prime incredibly easy. It's sped up my entire workflow, and it allows me to leave my Flex Prime on the floor and edit my rigs and set lists right from the tablet. Another great place would be to use this editor when you're at a gig during sound check and you want to check out your sound from the audience's perspective. You can simply connect to the venue's Wi-Fi or a personal hotspot and then head out into the crowd and make some finer adjustments while leaving your Flex Prime on stage. So there it is. That's a quick overview on how to get started using the HeadRush Remote Web Editor. Check out the HeadRush website for more details at headrusheffects.com, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel where we've got more videos up and coming to dive a little bit deeper into the Flex Prime's features. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Duncan with the team here at HeadRush, and I'll catch you on the next one.